No one, no one. Not my mom, not my dad. They were always working.
It really wasn't a strong part of my growing up. I really didn't have anyone reading to me.
I don't remember my mother sitting down and reading books with me.
There was no books, dude. You lucky we had furniture in our house.
I grew up in a house with a mother that was a teenager, and my mom was 19 years old, and she had 3 kids, and she was a baby herself.
In the 2nd grade, I ended up in the dumb row, where the little boys and little girls that struggled with reading sat.
Yeah, but I had some very intelligent cousins, and that was intimidating all through elementary school. So little by little, I just pulled away from the family.
You find tricks to not read.
I tell people I couldn't see because I didn't have glasses, and I would break my glasses so I could keep using it as an excuse.
Or just, if they pressed it too hard, then I'd really recoil negatively. And
I'll get in a fight. I'll fight to get kicked out because I knew I had to read the next day.
So now my parents are going to school and to have conferences with my teachers, and now they're not talking about my reading issues, they're talking about my behavior issues.
Reading the words, I just couldn't get the grammar together.
I'm going along, and if somebody asks me, what did you just read? I have no idea.
because I couldn't read and stuff, I kind of, masked it, played sports a little bit.
PE was my highest rank because I could run track. I run cross country.
I discovered music, and that was so refreshing. It was like my identity. I could do something.
And I would draw pictures to tell a story. And the teachers thought that was the coolest thing.
And they found out that I did learn differently. I was put in a special ed class, but in the special ed class, we didn't have to do anything.
So we just didn't get it, and we were just passed through, and social promotion's been going on for a long time.
My senior year is when they realized that I couldn't read and write. What happened? What did I do? What went wrong? Why did no one catch up with what I was going through? Why didn't nobody notice I wasn't reading and writing at that level? What happened to all that? I feel like all those years were wasted because no one really noticed.
As a child, I was innocent, and all children are innocent. We're not cheaters, we're not liars. We go to school, and we're in the hands of adults, and they're the ones that are supposed to impart the skills and the values.
It was really hard. Like I said, I didn't want anyone to know about it. I just wanted to be my own secret.
So I just pretended that I knew how to read. What's that sign? Well, I remember seeing that. Look back in my mind. Stop.
If I wanted to get me a job, or I just wanted to go out and do something, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it unless somebody come with me and help me do it.
Kind of looked for jobs where I didn't have to read a lot. A lot of customer service where I'm talking on the phone or in person.
From then on, it was just working as a housekeeper. That was easy. I didn't really have to read.
You can't read. You're really an outsider, and it's a subculture that you belong to, and you only have one language, and it's an oral language, and the oral languages are limited.
It was like this. My world was like this. It was like a box. And I was in the box, and my face was up against the box, and all I could do is look at life pass me by.
I was trying to help my son with the homework because he was the oldest, and I wanted to be different than my parents. I wanted to participate in his school and his education and his homework and books and all that, and trying to help him with the homework and not understanding the instructions and guessing them. The day my son came back and said, I don't want you to help me anymore with the homework. You're giving me the wrong answers. You're like, oh my God, finally reality hits you.
Just got tired of you know, having to mask the fact that I couldn't read, or, you know, being around people and have to make excuses why you didn't read, or you didn't see something right, or you thought it said that.
I went to a college class and I struggled. I struggled trying to get into it, trying to understand and write.
A certain section of my brain was storing blood since I was a child, and my headache meant that section burst in my brain.
My husband, he lost his kidneys. He had no kidneys. Doctor had told me that I had to be very careful because all the medications that he was getting, I could put certain medications together and I could kill him.
At that moment when I woke up and I looked at my family and I couldn't say one thing, I knew that I had a lot to do.
I got fired from Bonds, so I told my counselor everything that's happening, and I started crying and told her I was thinking about selling drugs again and robbing people. And I told my counselor I can't read and that I need help.
They're just gonna be devastated that I was gonna lose. Because I couldn't read, I was gonna lose everything.
I felt helpless. I felt weak. I felt like I wasn't good enough.
So I just went in, I just asked. I couldn't go on like that no more. I had LaDonna, I couldn't really help her that much because I couldn't read. Then I had April, my little 7-year-old. I couldn't help her. I didn't want to perpetuate the cycle with them too.
The drama of me telling, my wife is the only person that knows that I can't read. And I'm going to go tell somebody else, and I don't trust people with that secret. I mean, that's why I guarded that secret. There was nobody I could trust with that, because I knew what they thought about people that didn't know how to read. Blocked in my child's mind, they knew that I was dumb.
And I went there, took an assessment on math, reading, writing, and then they came back and said, well, your assessment says that you're in a level, third level. I was in shock. I was like, I survived all these years with a third grade level of reading and writing.
When I told my family I couldn't read, they almost passed out. They could not believe it, because it's not something you share with people. You just don't.
They told me they had a volunteer tutor, someone who was going to volunteer their time twice a week for an hour and a half to teach me to read and write.
And she asks me if it's okay if she sticks me in a special class, and I tell her yeah. So she does, and at first I felt like I wasn't like those kids in that class or those adults. But when I figure I should just give them a chance and not judge them like people judge me, it turns out that we actually have a lot of things in common.
Oh, when I came from my first class, I felt like I was kindergarten.
It was a reading class, and we were learning with phonics. It was like finding a rainbow. And I knew that I was on my way to get help.
First of all, I went through a lot of frustration, angry. I felt a lot of times quitting.
We were supposed to learn when we were from 5 to 18. We missed that. We missed all of that.
We would all smile when we could say a sentence in a perfect, normal voice, the right speed. Then we would all just smile and we would clap for each other.
She used to always tell me, you're going to go to college, and I used to always think, what's wrong with her? I don't even have my high school, I don't even have a GED, and she thinks I'm going to go to college. But she will always tell me that. You're going to go to college, you're so smart. And I used to always think she was crazy, but she wasn't wrong. She was right.
It's like, it feels weird when somebody tells you they're proud of you. I'm 33 years old. I've never heard that before.
It's just amazing that there's a program like this.
I learned to read, I said, whoa, my stress is going away. You know, this is really a pretty good life.
I'm able to pick up a magazine, pick up a book, go on the internet and research stuff if I wanted to, read my emails.
I'm not sure. For me, it would be here. It started here, and right now I'm here, and it can just go and go and go.
It's definitely kind of opened that, you know, social butterfly that's been kind of hiding in the cocoon this whole time. So
it's really grounding for me that, you know, I didn't do this by myself. You know, it was a lot of people that put in a lot of work to kind of help me get where I'm at today, and I'm just blessed.
It opened this world. It made me stronger, it made me better. And like I was saying, you can tell now the difference between you and someone who's like you hiding it.